What's up, leaders? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Lead From Here podcast. I'm Jason. Today, I wanted to start off with celebrating a pretty big milestone for me, and this is the 100th episode of the podcast. I'm excited to just share this milestone with all of you and all the people that have decided to follow me over the last few months. And 100 episodes is something that I've strived for a long time and a lot of other opportunities, and this is the one that I've gotten to stick with. And I think it's it shows how much I really want to see this thing through, because I do think leadership can be better across the board in a lot of companies. Now, that does not mean that there are not companies that are starting to set the curve. People like Gary Vaynerchuk and Simon Sinek, and you name down the list of people, John Maxwell, that you want to emulate from a healthy leadership perspective. It's not being super soft and just letting people get away with everything, but it's also not being an asshole. That's kind of what I want to talk about today, is that it can be better. And this is something that the reason I started this channel was because I still see large gaps in the market around what a leader can be and what people think a leader should be in these very broken, old school things that have been ingrained in our psyche, our communities, in our governments, and our everywhere. It's just unhealthy, and I think that's something that can be fixed. And as I look back and reflect on the last few months and kind of all the work that has gone into getting to 100 episodes, it's exciting to me because it doesn't feel like that much work. It feels like I'm really getting an opportunity to connect with leaders or people that want to be leaders in their space, and the comments and the DMs and the emails and all those things, and people subscribing and following. We have almost 200 subscribers, followers, depending on the platform, across all the platforms, not on one single one, but all of them, and it's growing fast. In 3 months, I could not have hoped for more engagement than I have right now. I'm excited to see where this continues to go. I have a lot more content that is planned and a lot more content that's recorded. I'm excited to start diving into these series and start showing tools and sharing data around tools that will help you in your day-to-day journey as a leader. And I think that's something that to this point in this channel I haven't done a whole lot of. It's been a lot of one-off and things like that. I'm trying to build into some series and things like that will help hopefully bring together bigger picture items that would be tough to cover in a 5 to 10 minute episode. So before we get into the meat of the content, I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I really, truly appreciate it. This has been an amazing journey so far, and I appreciate everybody reaching out via comments and DMs and emails. Like, it is extremely invigorating to hear your feedback and to hear the questions you have, and to be really feeling like I can help create an impact and give you information to help you along your journey as a leader, because I think that is what we need in this world. I said in the beginning of this video, but this is what we need in this world, is really, truly healthy leaders. People that know how to lead effectively, not lead in the old school broken way, but in the new way that is supportive, but directive, but candorous, but all of the things that make a healthy leadership culture and a healthy leadership team. Those are the things that I want to try and continue to bring to this channel. With that, let's jump into today's topic, which is going to be a pretty short one because it's really just kind of me riffing about what a leader can be. And a leader can truly be somebody that inspires, that allows people to find a new level within themselves. A leader can build people up. They can create pathways that didn't exist before. They can do things at a company that have never been done before. You can ultimately make things the best they could possibly be just by leading effectively. And that sounds like this big grand thing. It's not. I've gotten to witness it at a company now, and I've seen it flourish, and I've seen it do what it does. And that doesn't mean that everything's perfect. There's certainly room for us to grow as a leadership core, but I think it's interesting to see the effectiveness that it creates, and the environment it creates, the culture it creates, and the way that you can lead effectively. I am certainly not taking all the credit for that at my current company by any means. There is a large group of really fantastic leaders, but I've been on the spectrum of leadership, and from the worst that didn't care about their people at all to the people that cared way too much about their people, which sounds counterintuitive, especially in the way I talk and the things I talk about, but if you don't hold your people accountable, you also are not actually caring for them. If you just kind of let them do whatever and not help them find a path, or not help them build themselves or hold themselves accountable, you're actually making them worse, and you're actually worse for them. You're just as bad as the person that wants to drive through fear and manipulation and things like that. It's just in a different way, and it's veiled in caring and support and love. So it's finding that balance. It's finding the balance of knowing how to support somebody but also hold them accountable. Having lived on both sides of that spectrum in different companies throughout my career, I can tell you that finding that balance can truly change a person and can truly unlock potential in somebody that you have no idea is even there sometimes. You as an individual, you as your people, watching somebody actually find their way, and it's magical. It's truly something that when I took this job, moving from being a developer to being a leader of developers, out of the gate I thought wasn't a thing. It didn't feel right. It felt off. I felt like I made a mistake. And all of that kind of took 4 or 5 months to work out. But at that 5-month mark, I got to see people start to step into their own because of direction I had given. And that made me feel really good. So I went from building code to helping build people. I think that is something that in larger companies specifically, but really across the board, too many leaders go into leadership thinking about what they can do for themselves. And that's not what this is about. And I think that is the shift that I want to see more broadly. People like Simon Sinek, people like Gary Vaynerchuk, people like John Maxwell, people like a bunch of other leaders that I can't think of off the top of my head that are really trying to push the new alpha, whatever you want to call it. I don't like using terms like that, but the new way to lead that is more effective, that gets more done, that means more to your bottom line than any other side of the spectrum. I think it's important for us to remember that leadership is about building people up, taking care of your people, but also holding them accountable and helping them see the path forward as clearly as you can possibly make it. You cannot walk the path for them, but you can show them the path. And you can show them when they've steered off the path. Having a direct conversation and building that trust and empathy to be able to have that conversation is key to being a leader. I want to see us as a leadership community continue to come together and support each other. So I'll be looking for ways to build more community, more comments, more community posts on YouTube and things like that. All the things I can do to create conversation. I'll be trying to do it more to just get this community more engaged with each other. So if you're in the community and you like what you're hearing, please don't hesitate to comment. Please don't hesitate to reach out to people that may comment and have questions. Like show support, show love, show all the things that we preach here in this community. As it happens, it's not there yet, but we're getting there. And if the emails are any indication of what this community can be, it's showing that it is trending upward, and we're going to continue to see more vocalization of people supporting or questioning or pushing back. I get a lot of pushback, and I love that. I'm certainly not the expert here. I've done a lot in leadership, but that does not mean that I don't have a lot to learn, and I'm open to learning, I'm open to feedback, I'm open to people to disagree, so please let me know. I'm always down to hear the opposite argument. I don't want to drag this out too long. I just want all of you to feel empowered that if you want to lead something, you have the power within you. It just has to start from the right foundation, and hopefully you can find that foundation here. If you can't find it here, there are plenty of other places to find it, I promise. I hope this is helpful. Again, I appreciate you all being here for the first 100 episodes. I cannot wait for what the next 100 episodes brings. Make sure you check out the monthly newsletter. Links below. Looking at starting up a book club, which we'll talk a little bit more about here in the coming weeks. Looking forward to some fun series that I've started recording and editing, so just a lot of fun, interesting content that I'm still working on, and I'm excited to see your feedback. Please don't hesitate to reach out, Jason at leadfromhere.co. If you all want to be part of this journey, please follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, take care.